We're here in Baltimore, Maryland with the Cooking with Barry show. And here comes Barry Parker.
Thank you for joining me today. And today we're going to have a scrumptious meal. We're going to do it Maryland style. We're going to have crab cakes. We're going to have some soft shell crabs.
Wow.
We're going to add an interesting twist to it. We're going to stuff those soft shell crabs with a little crab meat from the crab cakes. Then we have a tomato salad, some corn on the cob, and then we're going to wrap everything up with strawberry shortcake. We're going to have it on a traditional strawberry shortcake, more of a biscuit with some fresh strawberries and blueberries. So let's go ahead and get started. Slicing this up already. I'm going to add blueberries to this. I'm going to add a little fresh lemon juice. I'm going to roll it so we can get all that juice out of it. Add that to our strawberry blueberry mixture.
Something smells delicious.
Hey Gary, what's going on?
How are you?
Good, why don't you do me a favor and add this sugar to this?
Okay. First, let me wash my hands. As always, make sure everything is clean and sanitized. Then, okay, so you said do what now?
Why don't you add some sugar to this? There's some napkins right there that you can use.
Okay. Just pour it over here just like
Just
that?
sprinkle right over.
Okay.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
problem.
That should be enough. And then we're going to use the best tool that God has given us, and we're going to use our hands. We're going to mix this all together, and so this incorporates. And next what we're going to do is we're going to put it in the refrigerator. We're going to let it marinate. And Gabe, why don't you put it in the refrigerator while I wash my hands off?
Okay.
The strawberry shortcake, the mixture. And next what we're going to do is we're going to start making our crab cakes. And what I've done already is I've made up a little bit already. And the next thing we're going to do is we have our crab meat. The one thing about crab meat is that I always recommend Maryland crab meat is the best crab meat. Blue crab is the best. And the reason I like Maryland crab meat the best is because it has a little bit sweeter taste to it than other crab meat. There's crab meat from North Carolina and Louisiana, which is good, but it's not as good as Maryland. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a pound of crab meat. We're going to clean this off. I always like this, I've always done. Just take it, we're going to form to your hand, and we're going to clean it. We're just looking for shells. Make sure there aren't any shells within the crab meat. Because one of the things that I hate is when you're eating crab, that you get a piece of cartilage, which is the shell, in your crab cake. So generally what I have is a jumbo lump, and generally that's a little bit cleaner. Sometimes you can buy back fin, which is good, but not as good as jumbo lump. And the back fin has more shell in it because of the smaller pieces of crab meat. So we're going to take this crab meat, and I'm cleaning out, getting the shells out. And this crab meat is pretty clean. And then next I want to do is I want to make the mixture that's going to go in here. So what I need is some mayonnaise, an egg, Worcestershire sauce, a little hot sauce, and some Cracker Meal. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to add my mayonnaise to my mixture. A little couple splashes of hot sauce. A little Lee & Perrin. A little note about the Lee & Perrin. One thing that all us Marylanders, we have two things in our refrigerator constantly. We always have a little Lee & Perrin. That's about a tablespoon. And we always have horseradish. And one thing I forgot to add was a little mustard. And once again, this is going to be about a tablespoon of mustard. And with the mustard, is any kind of mustard you like. If you like regular yellow mustard, you can use that. If you like Dijon mustard, you can use that also. And then one cracked egg. So we're going to add that. We're going to whisk this together. And then from there, we're going to add a cup of Cracker Meal. And you can use any kind of crackers you like. I like more of a buttery cracker, so I will use that. You're going to sprinkle that over crab meat. And this acts as a binder to help form your crab cakes. And then from there, we're going to need a little bit of Old Bay. This is something else that we keep in our house constantly. It's great for everything. Sprinkle a little bit of that Old Bay on it. And then from there, what we're going to do is we're going to gently fold your crab meat and your cracker meal together. Hence the word fold. Because the thing is that you have these big lumps and you don't want to stir and break those lumps up. And then from after that, what we want to do next is we want to pour our mixture in. And one thing you want to do, you don't want to pour all your mixture in at one time because you don't want your crab cakes to be too wet. So pour in just about 3/4 of it. And then once you have that in, then you're going to mix it up until it's combined. Add a little bit more. Now it's nice and combined. And what we're going to do next, maybe Gary get me a ice cream scooper. I'm going to rinse my hands off.
You need an ice cream scooper?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
And also, once you give me a plate, so I can put these crab cakes on. I'm going to put you to work while we're doing this.
Okay.
All right, so ice cream scooper and a plate.
Just a regular plate.
Regular plate would be good. We're going to put it in the refrigerator so they can set up. And the one reason I like the ice cream scooper is because this way you can have nice uniform crab cakes. So just like this, Gary, see how I'm making this into little balls?
Mm-hmm.
You can just do that. And while I'm doing that,
Okay.
I'm going to start making the soft shell crabs. So the next thing I have some soft shell crabs. You can get these from your local fishmonger. And that's one good thing is you can know your fishmonger because they can let you know when things are fresh. And these are very fresh, alive, and they clean them right there for you. And so let me give you a little look at them. So these are our soft shell crabs.
Oh, those look great.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple out. I'm going to sit this right here, and I'm going to use some of the crab meat that you have. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stuff these soft shells with a little more pop. Not everyone does this. Most people just take them and fire them on up. So I'm going to add the soft shell, some crab meat to it. Add a little bit more. And these babies are going to be ready to fry up in 1 second. Alright, so next what I have to do is I need to make a little egg mixture. So I'm going to take some eggs and milk. And I'm going to mix these up. Because what I want to do is I want to dip these soft shell crabs into the crab mixture. So I'm going to take 2 eggs. A little Worcestershire sauce. A couple shots of hot sauce. And a little bit of milk. We're going to mix this together. And what we're going to do is once we mix this together, get these eggs incorporated, we're going to dip our soft shell crabs into this. And then we're going to dip them into flour. And what I have here is I have a little bit of seasoned flour. And I season my flour with Old Bay. So first, dip, turn it over a little bit. Be nice and gentle because this is delicate. And then from there, we're going to flour it up. And you don't need a whole bunch of flour, just enough to coat it. And then we'll do the second one. How are those crab cakes coming, Gary?
Come along pretty good.
You might need another plate for we have a lot in here.
Okay.
So I'm going to dredge the other one in flour. gotta look. That went pretty fast. So let's go ahead and knock out the other two. So we have 2 more soft shell crabs. I have a lot of hungry friends today. And the one thing to keep in mind with soft shell crabs is that this is not anything fancy, something simplistic. We're gonna have this on regular white bread, maybe a slice of tomato, a little lettuce if you like. Again, you like soft shell crabs?
I love soft shell crabs. I've never had them stuffed before, so this will be my first. But they look, I mean, they look great. They look delicious.
It's the first time for everything. Not everyone likes them. Like my wife, she's not a big fan of them. I think it's more of a texture thing. But for me, this is summer right here. A little soft shell crab, tomatoes, corn on the cob. That's Maryland right there. So I'm going to stuff these other ones real fast. And once you cook these don't take that long to cook. They're going to take probably like 6 minutes to cook the soft shell crabs. 3 minutes on each side, 3 minutes on the other side. We're going to fry these up. Okay? So these are all nice and set up. And what we're going to do next is Gary's almost done with these crab cakes. You're doing a great job with those. Tell me what you think. Here's a fork.
Can I throw some cocktail sauce?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wherever, however you like it.
Okay. It's a big.
So I'm gonna get a bite. I want you to tell me what you think about this.
Okay. Can't wait.
See, which way will Gary Parker eat the sandwich? Will he eat it on the left? Will he eat it on the right? Left? Right? Or down the middle? Be sure to tune in for the next episode of the Barry Parker Cooking Show so we can find out. Left? Right? Left? Or right?